Real Raymond, and he's here to set it right. Just for kicks, I came to kick the mic. I said I had a long day, but tonight's the night.
Hello and welcome to Life is Life. I'm Rio Raymond. Yet another episode, and I've got yet another guest. Someone who's very special in terms of the work that she does. What does she do? Well, she's the CEO and co-founder of Angelo Creations, a non-profit organization that is making play accessible to all using sustainable items. And not just that, she has also been listed amongst the top 10 women entrepreneurs of India by the Tipping Point. She's also been part of a team, in fact, the only team from India to take part in the Bill Clinton's initiative called the HALT, which is for social enterprises. And not just that, she's also an author of the book, A Road Less Taken. Please put your hands together and welcome Pooja Rai. All right, Pooja Rai, first of all, thank you so much for taking time and coming out.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Absolute pleasure. And in fact, we're all honored to have your presence here because you're making play accessible to everybody. How cool is that? And, before we get into more details about Angelo Creations, what kind of a kid were you in your formative years?
I think I was very playful. My parents would call me naughty, but I think I was disciplined.
Really? You think you were disciplined, but your parents think you were naughty. What makes you say that? It's a bit contradictory,
I think it's all about perspectives.
Perspectives? So would you go out and play, and what kind of games would you play?
Everything from 7 stones to hide and seek, cricket. We had this entire big group in our colony, and we all used to come together and play all summer.
7 Stones has a connection not just in terms of a game, but also in terms of music for a lot of us who are at this particular place.
Okay.
Right? But Angelo Creations, the name itself is something about how ants create their own, not playground, but their houses and
Yes.
whatnot. But how did the whole idea come about for you?
So we built our first playground when we were still in college. I was studying architecture in IIT Kharagpur, and I used to go to this school called as Disha Seema Care Center, which is a residential school for underprivileged children. And one time when I was there to distribute sweets and food to children, I saw that there was a group of children who were playing with this broken cement pipe. They were using broken slippers to play badminton. So it just started as a conversation between two friends where I was saying that they don't even have a playground to play. And because we had studied architecture for the 5 years, we wanted to utilize the knowledge that we had gained into making something for those children. So we ended up building our first playground in that campus itself. We were students, we didn't have money, so we got a few tiles together, and that became a hit.
I mean, with all due respect to the other architects around, only imagine if you had more of you doing stuff like this. I mean, the world would be a better place, in fact, more beautiful. But coming back to your story, you thought of the idea, you wanted to create this entire, playscape for free, for everybody, accessible. Who was the first person you called?
So I spoke to one of my co-founders, a friend then, and I told him, what are we doing after studying architecture? We're doing toilet details and designing these buildings, which I don't find a purpose as to what we're trying to do. And I told him, let's build a playground for these kids, just to give happiness to them. We didn't know if it's such a big idea or how big is the need. It was just to make those 250 children happy.
It all started from that one place that you visited.
Yes.
And then the next step, you made this call to your friend. He was okay with the idea, was in fact maybe very kicked about it. But then after that, the next thing is you go around looking for funding, right? So how did you go about it then?
So like I said, we were students, we didn't have money. We didn't know what to do. So we thought, let's start a crowdfunding campaign. We reached out to our friends, asked them what we can do. They suggested we could reach out to a few tire companies, and Michelin Tire Company, they agreed to sponsor one of our first playgrounds. But we had budgeted it wrong. So while we were building the playground, in the middle of it, we were short of funds. And then again, we were okay, this is going to remain incomplete. But we reached out to a couple of our alumni from college, and they were very happy that a bunch of students from college are doing something like this. So within a week's time, we were able to raise over 1 lakh, and we completed that first playground.
Your first playground took about 1 lakh, and all of it was crowdsourced.
Yes.
And how easy or difficult was it? How long did it take to complete it?
The first playground, it took us 3 months to build. Now we build 30 playgrounds in a month, so it's been quite a journey.
Wait, it took you 3 months to build one playground,
yes.
And now you've built 13 a month.
Yes.
I really want to get to the size of the company and the scale that you've gone so far. Now you moved on from that part, right? So in college you made this playground. Then the next step comes and your career kicks in,
yeah.
right? You straight away took up a job. but you also started getting calls from a lot of places to do this. Just to understand, a lot of people go through this. I just want to understand if you went through the same kind of a feeling. Did you ever feel superior to your seniors in your previous employers, with your previous employers?
I never felt superior. I feel like the entire purpose of, like my purpose to do this entire thing was to solve a problem. Yeah.
Ever got frustrated working for someone?
I don't think I was frustrated. Like I had a very little stint working for someone, but I think I was happy with my job. Like, my motivation to do a startup was not that I'll be my own boss, but it was more about that I want to solve this problem. And I think just understanding myself, I think I thrive when I get the freedom to do what I want to do. And that's also the culture we've built in our own organization, to give ownership to every single person.
From taking a job to answering nature's call. It sounds a little wrong, but this is your calling to do something for nature.
Yes.
If I could just put it right. Well done. So from there, your first project took off, and that was where? That was in Kharagpur itself?
Yes, that was in the college campus itself.
And then you moved to Bangalore for work.
Yes.
Then why did you choose to Bangalore? Because it's a new place. You could have probably gone back to Kharagpur or back home because you had the connections, you had everything going for you in these places. But why Bangalore? Is it because it's startup capital?
I think Bangalore is a place which really invites new ideas, and ours was not a very typical startup idea working on like education system or something that people would naturally accept. Even like the concept of building playgrounds with recycled material, it takes people a while to accept any new idea. But Bangalore was, I think, very receptive, very inviting. We got incubated at IIM Bangalore in the first year itself. Every single person that I would meet was so entrepreneurial in their spirit. They in the first 5 minutes, they would ask, "So how can I help you?" And I think that has really helped us grow.
How much of your money have you invested? I mean, not completely till now, but then I'm saying when you started off in Bangalore, of course, you got incubated and there's a whole lot of training that goes into that time, right? But how much of your money have you invested in this? The first project that you did in Bangalore?
So the first project we did in Bangalore was around 1.5 lakhs. We actually did a crowdfunding for that. I have, to answer like how much I have invested, I think all my savings that I had at that point in time. I exhausted that and there came a point when I thought, okay, next month either we start taking salaries, we create more revenue, or we shut this down. And we were able to raise funds. Do
you think you can have an impact with an idea, like make a business out of it without having much funds or without having any funds at all?
I feel if we're solving a real problem and a solution is actually good, money will fall in place. So there's enough money in the world to help you take your idea forward. So I have never felt that money became like a blocker for me to do something that I wanted to do. I think it's the support system that I was able to build, and people who supported us with money, we've always been able to like move forward.
It sounds very cliche to say this, but there's a reason why they say where there's a will, there's always a way. So if you do have the will to, succeed in what you're doing, you'll always find a way to take it to whatever distance you can.
I mean, it might be cliche, but I think it's true.
It's true. So it was very funny when I asked you what do you believe in, what do you not believe in, a few of these things. You didn't tell me anything in the beginning when I was getting a call. But now you kind of, fall in alignment with what I'm saying, right? So you started off in Bangalore. What was your first project in Bangalore?
We actually built an interior library for children.
Okay.
So we went to the school to build a playground, and the school was just a 4-story building. It did not have any ground, and the headmaster said that my children really need to go out. They have lots of energy, which they are, taking out at this point in time and fighting with each other. So we thought, okay, we have to design an indoor playground for these children. So we converted their existing library because there was no space. And we made furniture out of tires, which sort of became their playroom and library room at the same time. And from a place where children never wanted to go to a place where they just couldn't wait to go into. I think it was we could see the change in a month's time.
And which part of the city was this?
This was Goripalya.
Goripalya.
Yes.
Okay, this is somewhere towards Vijaynagar side.
Yes.
And what are the other spaces? I mean, you also done some public spaces in the city. So if you just enlighten us about them.
So I think first 2 years public spaces was a bit of a challenge for us because you need to work with the government to get permissions. But that was always our idea, that we want to transform Bangalore from a, the city which has a lot of dump yards into a more playful city. So we picked up these dead zones in the city. So some of the places we've done is Gayatri Devi Park, which is one of the biggest parks in Bangalore. We've done a lot of projects around lakeside, like Shilavanta Lake and Japur Lake. So we've built these children's playgrounds and community spaces where children come with their parents and play in that space.
While you spoke of these names, right, I think some of us were sitting here also wondering where are these places in Bangalore, because we've not even heard of them. But that speaks in volumes of how much of work you've done, and beautifying places in the city, and we're indebted to someone who's come from outside the city and who's just beautifying a space. So thank you so much for doing that. And you kind of got a full circle in life. When you went to IMB, you were part of the incubator. Now you are part of the startup leader program.
Yeah.
You're one of the members who's kind of guiding the new startups and entrepreneurs. Now, how does this feel for you? Because you've just gone there and you've just turned a whole circle and come back and you're helping others. Because you get to give your 2 cents to somebody else now.
I mean, it's nice, but it's also scary because I personally believe what worked for me might not work for you. So I think as entrepreneurs, one thing that we should learn before everything else is like taking advice with a pinch of salt and understanding that at the end of the day, it is you who's running your own company. So I never, even though it's come a full circle, I don't like telling people to do these things this way. I can share my story with you, and it is upon you what learning you want to take from that. That's how I have taken approach. Like when I meet mentors, they never tell me what to do. They just ask me the right questions.
Okay.
So I think there has been a lot of learning that has happened.
So you're saying it's more of the kind of questions you ask, not the answers that you give, because that might kind of give you a bit of a kickback. That's what you're saying. And this is one, I think you should take this as a huge compliment, and of course, like an accolade on achievement. Tipping Point has listed you as amongst the top 10 women entrepreneurs of the country. Do you feel proud about it, or are you still being modest? No, I don't know, it's just them being very nice to me.
I think it's all a part of journey where I think my focus has always been we picked up this problem and we want to solve that. And I think recognition, support systems, when they see that you're working on something really important for the society, I feel a lot of people come forward to support you. And Tipping Point was one of such initiatives where they supported a few women entrepreneurs. That was one of our first pictures of Angelo that we did. And it really helped us grow and reach out to a lot more people.
You're still being very modest, but I'll just ask you this. You have a great startup. You've been listed among the top 10 women entrepreneurs of India. And you're an author, plus you're also a member of the startup leader program at IMB. Now that you made it to Life is Life, do you think you're at the tipping point of your career?
I think we always, I think my life is always learning. So I think my tomorrow will be better than today. So yeah, I don't think I'm at the tipping point of my career.
When you say your tomorrow is going to be better than today, is that a hope of it being better or work towards making it better?
I think we decide what our tomorrow is going to be like, right? Even for the startup, I just decided one day that we will not give up and we will win. So I think you just decide for yourself where you want to be.
You're winning and inspiring on the way to a lot of people. How many playscapes have you built till now?
We've completed 254 playgrounds as of today.
250. And when did you start this?
It's been 3.5 years since we've been doing this.
250 in 3.5 years.
Yes.
The first one took 3 months, and then you're doing 30 in a month. Wow. This bites. I think I just should give you a round of applause for just doing this
Thank
and
you so much.
putting play out there for everyone, easily accessible. And you also, talking about play, you're also a marathon runner. I was going to come to that.
Yeah.
So, which one do you think you run better, the marathon or the company?
I think I think we don't have to compare the two, but if I have to compare, I think I run the company better than the
marathon. Do you finish the marathon? Because you finish a project, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've not done full marathon yet, but if I start something, I like to finish it. So I've not left any marathon incomplete.
If you were given a choice to choose fame and name or money, what do you think? I put you on the spot. You're a social entrepreneur. You got to think of what you're going to say.
So for money, I feel I don't want to be a billionaire, but I think I want to be at a stage where I'm comfortable and not thinking about money at all. But if I have to pick one of these, I would probably pick a name, because if you have that credibility, you will be able to influence a lot of people.
I'm going to wish you all the best that you get to that point in your life. When it comes to inspiration, a lot of people have like these senior names, maybe the Ratan Tatas, the Ambanis, and all these names. But of course, we're in this age and this generation where startups are taking a new revolution altogether. So do you think of a certain someone and think that this guy is, or this person or this girl is so good that I could take a few cues from this person who's inspiring you?
So the two ladies who really inspire me are Michelle Obama and Sheryl Sandberg. I think just how they have they've had that resilience, and instead of giving excuses, they actually overcame them, and where they are today is very inspiring for me.
I mean, you got a pretty much similar hairstyle like Michelle Obama. Am I noticing too much of details? And we'll just get into the last part of it, where I want to ask you this. If you were to turn things around for one space in Bangalore and change the look of it, maybe you think you can do a better job, what would that be?
I really want to transform this place, Baipanhalli metro station, which is a place where a railway station and metro station comes together. It has a huge footfall, and there's a big patch of land which has become a dump yard. I think it has huge potential, and there are a lot of such spaces across the city, places under flyover, which end up just becoming dump yards, and we can transform all of those spaces to make our city more beautiful.
I would just request your authorities to get in touch with Pooja Rai. She can just turn things around and make this garden city look as beautiful as it was once upon a time. And while we hope that you get that opportunity, here's another opportunity for you. What we're going to do now, instead of beautifying places, we're going to beautify our faces. Alright, so we're set again for another game on Life is Life. This time I have Pooja Rai, an amazing entrepreneur. But now, she's been actually beautifying a lot of spaces across the country. Now she's going to be beautifying, or rather both of us are going to be beautifying each other's faces. And the challenge is as simple as this. So we've got face cards here. We got our share of face cards. We'll be dropping these cards on the table one by one. And what happens if either of us gets a match or a pair, the other person gets to beautify the other person's face with some lovely colors and some things that are ladies' favorites here. Oh, I don't know if I should be excited or worried. I mean, I can't get worse than this. This is the worst someone could be, right? So, you ready?
Yes.
So, you got your share of cards. I got my share of cards.
Right.
A true gentleman like me will say ladies first, but you know what? In this game, to be a gentleman, I'll start. So, you can match lead after me. Okay, that's a jack. And I've got a 10. It's a 4. Oh, that was 5. Ace and 3. 7 and queen. She thought there was a queen. Almost. Oh, that was a 9. Ace, jack, queen, ace. Not one pair till now. That's a 9. Hopefully 9. Oh, 10. Yeah. So I got the first pair.
Oops. Please be kind.
What do you want amongst? I'll leave the option to you. That one. When you choose something like that, there's a little finger that was pointing out to this.
Oh shit.
Right? But I'm struggling to open this. Okay. Usually on the lips, yes. But I'll give you a better look, alright? So I just want you to close your eyes.
Oh shit. There was this video of this girl called as Mila, I think.
Aaj hum dono mila na. I think no one can do a better job than this.
That's how a 3-year-old does makeup.
Okay, so we're back to it. Do you want to get back at me?
Yes.
Do you want to throw first? Do you want me to throw first?
I'll go first.
Go first? Okay. Doesn't work that way, you know that, right? Oh, this card is not required. Oh, it's 9, 7, queen, 6. Oh, how you wish you got that earlier, didn't you? I'm being too competitive, I think. 5, 2.
Oh man.
I think you've done your share of beautifying places.
I was really
it's hard to give back to you.
I was really looking forward to beautifying your face also.
You know what? I'll let you choose this time.
Forget it, just pick.
I'll just pick? Okay.
Oh shit.
You should have taken that choice, no?
Cool, be a sport, Pooja.
You have to choice. Life is life indeed. Okay, I want you to close your lips.
Are you gonna make mustaches?
What else can a guy not so creative like me do, right?
Alright.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I think that's it.
Only half a whisker. Okay, can I just draw one Charlie Chaplin in the center for you?
No. Make it both the sides at least. Make it like symmetric.
Demanding her to look so bad. See, you've studied architecture, you're doing something
cats,
the same
it's
thing.
okay.
And I'll just draw one. I'll just put a dot in the center like a mole. Yeah.
I can't see myself, so it's fine.
Don't worry, we'll give you the pictures later.
Other people have
You still want to go back at me?
There. Okay, you go first.
Okay.
I think
Are you
this is a
praying really hard?
biased game.
Are you praying real hard?
I mean, there isn't to put any minds into this. So.
Okay. King again. You're missing out, huh?
Okay, I think
It's your fate that you get 8 to be the last one.
planned it this way.
I haven't. I shuffle the cards in front of you. I shuffle the cards right in front of you, and I share the cards with you. So, what do we do? A final touch on this. What do we
Go
do?
creative.
Go creative. What is this?
This is also lipstick.
But this is baby lipstick.
What? You should have done your homework.
Oh my god. But this is not my kind of work, no? Okay, I'll just go with this. Someone looks similar to your coat, the color. Oh.
Look at your excitement.
Can I just draw something?
I feel like it's fully.
I'm giving you whiskers properly now. Oh, you look like a red Indian.
I'll cancel all my meetings today.
You have to.
I really don't want to see my face.
I've not done a bad job though.
Oh God, I
but
was
just trying to
laughing.
be hideous. You know what? I'll be nice enough since all three went to you. I'll ask you to choose any two and go bonkers on my face.
Thank you.
You know you can't make me look worse than this.
I was
I've been telling you this all the
waiting
time.
for this. Okay. Oh, that's looking nice. Shit.
You're turning me into a right-wing person, what?
No, I'm making you like a tiger or something.
Can it be seen on my face though?
Yeah, it can. Okay, let me pick a better color.
Oh, so it wasn't being seen on my face.
So, I will put some lipstick. So, you should spend some time cleaning your face. This
Yeah, yeah.
is like revenge.
It's okay. I've had lipstick before.
Mustache is the you already have. What do I do?
You can't shave it off. Don't even think of it.
Oh, wait. I'll put eyeliner as
You
eyeliner.
are like a kid in a toy store now.
Give us 2 more minutes. Revenge shall be taken. Close your eyes. So that's how we put the eyeliner with the.
I can clearly tell you've not applied any makeup in your life. God. Do I look like Dragon Ball or something? The dark one.
Beautiful.
I mean, everything you make looks beautiful. Well, she's taken her revenge. I mean, she's definitely done an amazing job, not on me, but a lot of places across the city and the country. But do let me know what you think of this creativity that she's gone bonkers on my face. Look at her. I made her look pretty good though. But this, I don't think I can go home anymore. But thank you so much, Pooja. It was an absolute pleasure having you. Very inspiring to know about all the things that you shared about your journey. Truly amazing. I'm going to wish you all the best for all that's lined up ahead.
Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun being there.
Super fun indeed. And we're going to catch you again next time around. Before we leave, let me tell you, every single one of us is an entrepreneur hidden inside us. All you have to do is awaken that spirit and lead yourself to that destination that you so badly want to go. As simple as listen, I fuel everything. So go ahead and fuel your life and lead yourself to your destination. Until next time, I'm Raymond on Life is Life.
Things get twisted, but life is life. Life ain't fair, but life is life.